Welcome to Pacifictech's demo highlighting our AP Automation suite of products and services. Pacifictech is a global software development partner with over 20 years experience and commitment to Sage 300. With a suite of Sage 300 add-on modules, web-based connected services, mobile applications, and global private cloud hosting solutions, Pacifictech extends Sage 300 with Tier 1 capability. Pacifictech's AP Procure-to-Pay solutions take Sage 300 to a new level of functionality and capability. This demonstration covers the AP Automation section of the Procure-to-Pay process. So let's get started with AP Automation. This infographic shows the relationship and integration between the core Sage 300 AP modules, Pacifictech's payables workflow, and Pacifictech's web-based connected services. In the green hexagon on the right, we have core Sage 300 modules, starting with AP vendor and PO receipts. Using PO receipts is not mandatory, but our solution does deliver three-way matching between the PO receipt, and the AP invoice, applying pre-configured tolerance levels. In the dark blue hexagon, we have Pacifictech's Payables Workflow module providing Tier 1 payables approval and workflow solutions, all delivered from within Sage 300. This is where all the workflow rules and authorization levels are configured to route and process transactions based on your settings for PO and invoice approvals. In the light blue hexagon are Pacifictech's connected services, which further enhance our payable solution by delivering automated invoice data entry, mobility, and web-based technologies. Payables workflow can operate with or without Pacifictech's connected services solutions, and connected services can be introduced later as required. So how does it all work? On the left, starting with the connected services in the light blue hexagon, an email with a PDF AP invoice attached is sent to a customer-specified email address. Pacifictech's Document Processing Service, DPS, extracts all the relevant invoice data to the Payables Workflow DPS console, where the AP team can review, edit, and submit the transaction for workflow approval. No more manual AP invoice data entry. If your business isn't ready for DPS, the AP invoice can be manually entered into Sage 300 to begin the Payables Workflow approval. Payables Workflow takes the AP invoices through the preset approval processes, configured to align with the way your business operates. The transaction approval, or decline, can be performed by the designated approver from within Sage 300, or using Pacifictech's PW Web Approvals solution via the web or mobile app. The designated approver is able to review the original PDF invoice in all these solutions, streamlining the process. Once approved, the AP invoice is ready for payment. Let's work through the process with some real examples. Pacifictech's AP Automation Level 1 integrates payables workflow within Sage 300, providing you with paperless AP and electronic approvals. Pacifictech's payable workflow configuration allows for an unlimited number of workflows. Workflow steps are designed around your business's designated authorities, cost centers, projects, and authorization levels. This provides the flexibility to cater for the way you manage the vendor invoice approval process. Here you can see a workflow within Sage 300 called APINV, AP Invoice, with the first step requiring approval by the cost center manager. Once approved, if the invoice value is below $5,000, it will be sent directly to the AP team for processing. If the invoice is $5,000 or above, it will be sent to the controller for review and approval before being sent to the AP team for processing. However, if the invoice is declined at any step, it is sent back to the person that submitted it for further review. The process allows for multiple approval levels to accommodate your business approval process. If an authorizer is going to be away on leave, you have the ability to reallocate their role to another user so the approvals can continue in their absence. Here we have a sample invoice from Modern Design Limited that is ready to be submitted and moved through the workflow. The Workflow Events screens displays the steps in the workflow process and the current status of the workflow. Any supporting documents, such as the PDF invoice, can be added to the workflow document screen for reference. The approver receives automated notifications that there are transactions awaiting approval. Within Sage 300, the approver can log into the Approval Console to see the transactions that require their attention. The Approval Console allows the authorizer to view all transactions awaiting approval, as well as open any workflow documents attached and add any review comments before approving or declining the transaction. Let's recap the key features of AP Automation Level 1. It provides three-way matching between the PO, PO receipt, and AP invoice. You can configure tolerance values at an acceptable threshold, and you can clearly see the status of transactions in the approval process. AP Automation Level 2 integrates Pacifictech's connected services, Document Processing Service or DPS, and Purchasing Workflow Web or PW Web. DPS is an automated data extraction process for AP invoices in PDF format. PW Web is a web-based approval service allowing approvals via web browser or mobile app. Let's take a closer look at DPS. Pacifictech's DPS data extraction service combines third-generation OCR technology and advanced machine learning to extract AP invoice data at both a header and line level with a very high level of accuracy. DPS can be trained to know your vendor's invoice formats and apply vendor coding rules set up within Sage 300. This advanced scanning service can even handle field position changes on your AP invoices. All you need to do is have your AP invoices emailed to Pacifictech's DPS service, and all the work is done for you in minutes. Let's work through the process. Emails with a PDF AP invoice attached are sent to a customer specified email address to be processed by Pacifictech's DPS service. Depending on your preference, AP vendors can send their invoices by email directly to this address, or you can have your internal AP team check the email and invoice first and then send it on to DPS. Here we have a sample vendor invoice from Modern Design Limited that is about to be sent to Pacifictech's DPS service. After approximately 5 minutes, the invoice details will appear in the DPS console in Sage 300, ready for review. The AP invoice data entry is done. When you see the AP invoice arrive in the DPS console within Sage 300, simply click Open to view it. The DPS entry screen shows the Modern Office PDF invoice on the right and the data that has been populated in the Sage 300 fields on the left. This data import process alone will potentially save the business hundreds of hours per month. You can change data in the header fields as required and simply click Save if you need to continue working on it later, or select Process to continue. From the AP invoice entry screen, you can add any missing details such as PO number and comments. Once you're done, simply click Submit to push the invoice through your payables workflow. From the Payables Approval console, the authorizer can view the invoices awaiting approval, and if they have the correct delegation level, they can edit and post the transaction. This will push the transaction to the next step of the workflow until it is fully approved and ready for payment. Posting a transaction that is not approved will push that transaction back into the previous step of the approval process for further review or rework. PW Web is Pacifictech's second connected service, enabling approvals from wherever you are in the world. PW Web takes the purchasing workflow mobile by allowing requisitions and approvals to be made from a mobile app or web browser on any tablet, laptop, or mobile phone. As shown in the infographic, PW Web connects mobile users directly to Pacifictech's purchasing and payables workflow modules in your Sage 300 environment. Requisitioners can submit their purchase requisitions directly from PW Web using Sage 300's built-in user security, without them having to log directly into Sage 300. The requisition is sent securely via Pacifictech's web server through to purchasing workflow, running within your Sage 300 environment. An approver can also log into PW Web to review the purchase requisitions awaiting approval and process these through to Sage 300. PW Web can also be used to approve AP invoices remotely. With PW Web, you can assign one LAN pack to 50 named users, eliminating the need to purchase Sage 300 LAN packs for employees who are only involved in requisitioning, purchasing, and approvals. In addition, the ability to create requisitions and approve transactions remotely can be a huge time saver and streamline your business process. PW Web covers all of our Pacifictech workflow modules, including payables workflow, purchasing workflow, and workflow and notifications. As mentioned, we also have our Pacifictech Go mobile app for Android and iOS. With PW Web, the user logs in with their username and password and selects the Sage 300 company they wish to log into. Core Sage 300 user security is applied, mitigating unauthorized access. Just like the desktop version, the approver can see the requisitions and invoices to be approved. By clicking on the pencil, the approver can view the transaction details. The approver can review and edit the transaction details, including GL codes, pricing, taxes, optional fields, events, and workflow documents. Under the Workflow Documents tab, the approver can download and view the PDF invoice, streamlining the approval process. The approver can then approve or decline the transaction and also enter review comments. After changing the status to approve or decline, the approver simply selects Post Marked Documents to push the transaction to the next step in the Sage 300 payables workflow. The Pacifictech Go app enables workflow approvals from your mobile device. Available on Android and iOS, the Pacifictech Go app gives you the same powerful PW Web functionality with the convenience, simplicity, and performance of working on a mobile app. Let's summarize the benefits of Pacifictech's AP Automation solutions. AP Automation Level 1 Payables Workflow provides a number of key benefits, including saving time and money by making the AP approval process more efficient, using Sage 300 to enforce the company's delegated authorities, three-way matching between the PO, receipt, and invoice with configurable tolerance levels, transparent and eco-friendly way to process AP invoices and save on paper. In Level 2 of AP Automation, we have Pacifictech's connected services, including DPS, to dramatically reduce the time required to enter invoices, ensuring more accuracy and a focus on data review rather than data entry, and PW Web, delivering mobility to purchase requisitions and approvals, and the chance to streamline the number of Sage 300 LAN packs required. So what makes Pacifictech different to many of the other Sage 300 solution providers? We develop our modules within the Sage 300 Software Development Kit, or SDK. This means our modules look and feel like the rest of Sage 300, and upgrading becomes seamless. All the data in our modules resides in the Sage 300 database, which eliminates syncing and alignment issues. All configuration is within Sage 300 for enhanced familiarity, the ability to plug and play, and integration with other Sage 300 settings. For example, using the AP vendor settings known as AppVen to determine default GL codes. Pacifictech's DPS data extraction is third generation general OCR technology with advanced machine learning, delivering accurate AP invoice data entry. Pacifictech offers a complete end-to-end procure-to-pay suite of modules and services taking care of the entire process within Sage 300. These customers are getting the full value of the benefits and savings from Pacifictech's AP Automation solutions. Pacifictech offers many other modules designed to enhance Sage 300. Have a look at our website to see Pacifictech's control, workflow, and mobility product suites. Pacifictech, building on business performance. Thank you for taking the time to watch our AP Automation demo. If you'd like to know more about our products and services, please email sales@pacifictechsol.com.